One of the most frustrating things that I find when I am trying to help women lose weight by optimizing their hormones is the concept of fad diets, which tend to just come and go as fast as seasons change. And sure, some might linger a little bit longer than they probably should have, but which ones actually have solid medical science, and how do you pick the right one specifically for you? In this video, we're going to be covering the top weight loss diets specifically for different types of hormone concerns, so you can figure out which one might be the best for your specific goals. Hi, I'm Dr. Faith Coates. I'm your Faithful Doc, and I have helped hundreds of women lose weight and get control of their hormones so they can reclaim their energy, self-confidence without having to do fad diets, diet pills, or overwhelming the crap out of themselves. So if you're interested in learning more about your own hormones, then consider subscribing to the channel. Okay. Something I have to tell you is that when it comes to fixing your hormones, weight gain, all the things that kind of come along with it, there is absolutely no one-size-fits-all diet type. And if someone tells you that there is one for everybody, run. Like seriously, just get up and walk away, because that shit ain't gonna do anything for you. There's just no one size fits all, and so you can't lump everybody into the same category. It all depends on your current goals and what's going on with your hormones. And make absolutely no mistake, hormones are a huge part, and it's absolutely always wrapped up in the conversation of weight loss, because that's what's telling your body to actually let go of the weight in the first place. And it's specifically important for women. So that's why I'm going to be talking about it throughout the majority of this video. So there are some definite issues when it comes to the weight loss and diet industry, and I'd like to talk about a few of them here so that we can clear the air. One is there are a ton of different types of diets out there, and a lot of them have to do with food preferences, but some of them don't really have much medical background. There's diets out there like the infamous keto movement, vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, paleo, Weight Watchers, NOM, flexitarian, which may or may not be a future video, let me know. Another big issue that I'm finding is that when women want to lose weight, they've been indoctrinated into this concept of restriction equals weight loss. Move more and eat less, which is frankly, it's just not true for a majority of the women that I see. Sure, you can cut your calories, over-exercise, and be completely miserable, but there's absolutely no fun in that, and it's not even sustainable. So I focus on fixing the real problem that your body is holding on to that weight so that you don't have to fight it anymore. One of the most difficult aspects about women trying to lose weight is that most of the research in the diet industry and the fitness industry is done on men. And I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but women, we are not tiny men. We got a whole hormonal system in which we have to think about in order to shift the weight. As women, there are a couple things that you want to consider when you're looking for a diet to specifically lose weight. It's not just about cutting calories or carbs or sugar or over-exercising to a point where you can't comfortably sit down on the toilet to pee. Take it from me, a doctor that has lost over 100 pounds and absolutely struggled to maintain it. If you ignore your hormones, you will fight your body the entire time, and your body will win because it doesn't care about your willpower to starve it for your own physique goals. So with all those things in considerations, choosing the wrong diet type for your goals and hormones is only going to keep you stuck spinning your wheels. So instead, maybe consider these two things when choosing the right diet type for you. Number one, what in the heck and bob is going on with your weight loss hormones? And I call them weight loss hormones because there's a lot of different types of hormones out there, but there's specific ones that are important for your weight. And number two, what diet type do you even enjoy? Are you somebody who doesn't like to eat very much meat? Are you somebody who loves to eat bacon and trying to be a vegan? There's very different diet types out there, and we're trying to find one that's specifically not only tasty to you so you want to do it, but also sustainable so that you're not trying to force yourself into something that you don't particularly even like. So when it comes to finding the right diet type specifically for your hormones, we want to take into consideration some really common hormone imbalances that might be contributing to your weight gain. Now, as a disclaimer, in my programs, I go through the 8 most common problematic hormones that keep you stuck, because there are more than just these 3. But in this video, we're going to be covering the 3, and I'll go through in depth more on future videos. So the first type of hormone imbalance is the thyroid, specifically hypothyroid or underactive thyroid. This is the most common hormone imbalance for women and honestly weight gain. This is where your body stops producing the appropriate amount of hormone thyroid, which kind of acts like a master metabolizing gland. It acts like a furnace for the body, and it helps convert your food into energy at active tissues. So people who have hypothyroidism or underactive thyroid can not only have problems losing weight, but they can also have problems with hair loss, dry skin, constipation, brain fog, low energy, low periods, problems with fertilities, and so many other things. So many things impact your thyroid, including things like genetics, stress, plastic exposures, medications, age, and other hormone imbalances. And you don't have to have a completely broken thyroid for your body to not lose the weight. You could just have a suboptimal thyroid. It's a real spectrum when it comes to hormone imbalances. So don't think you either have hypothyroid or you don't, because you could just be imbalanced in that as well. The second type of hormone imbalance that's really common is PCOS. Now, PCOS stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome, and it's where a woman has too much androgens produced by her ovaries. Androgens are male characteristic hormones. These cause things like weight gain, hair loss, acne, fertility concerns, and so many other issues. The last hormone imbalance that we're going to refer to in this video is menopause. Now, menopause happens to every woman on this planet, and it's when your body stops having a period for over 12 months, as well as you have declining fertility hormones such as estrogen and progesterone. Menopausal women tend to have higher amounts of belly fat, as well as hot flashes, night sweats, vaginal dryness, brain fog, fatigue, and a whole lot of other fun things that we all get to look forward to going through. If you're at this point in this video and you're thinking, I could probably just cut the calories and move a little bit more, you have to realize that you're still going to be fighting your body, because your body will still revert to those hormonal signals for instructions. So you have to take those into consideration. So you can't out diet or out exercise your hormones, and that's just a fact of life. So we've talked about all the other things, but without further ado, let's go through the best diets for weight loss with these hormone imbalances in mind. First one we're going to go through is the thyroid, but the best diet for thyroid is a pescatarian diet. And a pescatarian diet is more or less a vegetarian diet where they substitute fish as the protein. The really cool thing about a pescatarian diet is that you have a lot of omega fatty acids in it from the fish, which is the oily part of the fish. It's going to help not only improve the immune response, but also help tamper down a lot of the inflammatory responses. The other really important things to add into this diet is going to be the 3 nutrients that are important for thyroid. That's going to be iodine, selenium, and zinc. These 3 nutrients are incredibly important for making your thyroid hormones. And so within this diet, if you have higher amounts of these nutrients, you're going to really improve your thyroid response. Iodine can be found in a lot of sea vegetables, so if you are a big fan of the seaweed salads at Japanese restaurants, go for it. Selenium is found in the ground, and therefore things like Brazil nuts have quite a lot of it. However, be careful, because if you add too much iodine or selenium, you're going to be suppressing your thyroid. So be careful when it comes to this, and definitely talk to your doctor before adding a lot more into your diet or starting supplementation. The last nutrient that's really important is zinc. And it's not only important for your thyroid, but it's also really important for your testosterone and your immune system. And you can find it in things like dark chocolate, eggs, and certain kinds of meats. The only extra thing that I would add when it comes to pescatarian diets is adding the addition of gluten-free diets. In a future video, I'm sure I'm going to talk all about gluten-free and thyroid and why it's incredibly important to avoid it, specifically in the Hashimoto's disease. The next hormone imbalance we're going to talk about is PCOS, and it is really common for these individuals to gain weight because they end up having problems with their insulin sensitivity. Now, insulin is like a lock, and your cell is like the actual keyhole, and insulin inserts into the keyhole and opens it up, and then it opens up a little door, a little portal, and that's where the blood sugar goes in and it converts it into energy. But the problem is that in certain individuals, you end up having resistance to that little lock and key mechanism. So that is going to be a problem where your body is going to not be able to put that blood sugar into the cells to convert it to energy. And what ends up happening with that is you end up having higher amounts of blood sugar. So the name of the game when it comes to losing weight for PCOS individuals is to keep that insulin nice and stable throughout the day. And the best way that you can do that is by looking at a low carbohydrate diet. Now, there's a big difference between keto and low carb. Personally, I don't believe that keto is for most people. As a doctor, keto was taught to us as more of an epilepsy preventative diet. It's not meant for long-term use because you're supposed to eat a lot of fat and not a lot of fiber, and that's just not good for you. That's where all your nutrients come from. Ketogenic diets, people eat less than 50 grams of carbs a day. However, a low-carb diet, you can eat anywhere from 50 to 150 grams of carbs a day. Now, I would say most people sit in the 50 to 100 every day, but some people do eat a little bit more. But either way, it's going to be really helpful for improving your hormone imbalance and also improving your weight gain. The third hormone imbalance we're going to talk about is menopause. Now, the best diet for menopause is going to be intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting isn't a diet type in terms of the foods that you consume. It's more about the timing in which you consume them. Because a lot of menopausal women deal with a lot of belly fat gain, as well as the night sweats, the hot flashes, the vaginal dryness, the anxiety, the depression that all come along with these hormone fluctuations, intermittent fasting is incredibly helpful for stabilizing blood sugar, which will help the insulin sensitivity issue that comes along with having lower amounts of estrogen. Intermittent fasting has also been helpful for balancing out mood, so you can really improve your anxiety and depression that you might be struggling with. The difference between a PCOS woman and a menopausal woman is that PCOS women have to deal with the androgens. So carbohydrates has a lot more swings on their insulin capabilities, so they need to be focusing more on those eating habits. However, menopausal women, they can really benefit from stabilizing blood sugars throughout the day if they can control the time in which they eat every day. The most common way to do intermittent fasting, which is going to be the 8-16 split, where you eat for 8 hours and you fast for 16. So before I get into the best weight loss diet overall, I have a quick question for you. If you have tried any of these diets, please put down in the comments which ones were your favorites and why you found them so helpful. I generally am so interested in knowing what you have found helpful for your own hormone concerns so that we can share it as a community. So we have got to the end. The best overall diet for all hormone balances, weight loss in general, is the Mediterranean diet. It is the most flexible in your time as well as ingredients. It helps you focus on the anti-inflammatory properties of ingredients. There's fresh fish in there and it's mostly gluten-free. It has so many benefits in terms of improving your cardiac health, mental balance, as well as that hormone balancing important aspect of weight loss. Choosing the right diet for you can be super tricky, but if you take the time to figure out what your goals are, then you can make better decisions for you. And if you're curious about your hormone levels, then I offer weight management hormone testing kits, and if you shop through my link, then I will include a complimentary weight loss hormone lab masterclass. I'll let you know exactly what you need to look for and what your levels mean for you so that you can start making some progress on your health goals. The links for that will be in the description box below. So if you like this video, you most likely will like this video. I talk all things related to weight loss, hormones, recipes, natural products that you may or may not be into. So that's all for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.